welcome to today's online class from KCLS. In last class, we discussed about combination reaction. In today's class, we are going to talk about decomposition reaction. By definition, we can say that decomposition reaction is quite opposite to combination reaction, but not literally. By definition, decomposition reaction, you can say that in a reaction where a single initial component breaks into several simpler components, that reaction you can term as decomposition reaction. Now we are going to study several examples to understand the decomposition properly. Let's look at the first example. Green ferrous sulfate crystal, which is nothing but FeSO4 dot 7H2O. This 7H2O is the water of crystallization, which is green in color. When it is heated in a test tube, this water of crystallization, the green crystal loses its water of crystallization to produce solid FeSO4 and 7H2O. Furthermore, after the further heating, FeSO4 then decomposes to give Fe2O3 solid, SO2 gas and SO3 gas, and burning sulfur smell can be found. Now, if you observe this example, there is one initial substance that we have taken. This initial substance, with the help of heat energy, with the help of consumption of heat energy, it is decomposing into several more simpler products. This is one of the example of decomposition reaction, and the consumption of heat is utilized. Let's look at the next two examples. The second one is limestone, which is nothing but calcium carbonate, solid calcium carbonate. When it is heated, it decomposes to give calcium oxide, which is nothing but quicklime and carbon dioxide gas. Now you have seen the reverse reaction of this reaction in the last class, where we were discussing about the combination reaction. As I said in the initial part of today's lesson, that decomposition reaction, you can say it is the opposite reaction of combination reaction. A very good example of that statement in this reaction, where calcium oxide and carbon dioxide reacts with each other to produce calcium carbonate, which is an example of the combination reaction. Whereas in this case, when calcium carbonate is heated, it decomposes to give calcium oxide, which is in solid form, and carbon dioxide gas. Now, calcium oxide quicklime is a very useful material which is used in manufacturing industry heavily. The third example is saying that lead nitrate, solid lead nitrate, when it is heated, it decomposes to give lead oxide, which is solid in nature, alongside nitrogen dioxide gas and oxygen gas. The brown fumes of nitrogen dioxide gas can be observed after the reaction. This can be also seen. Now, in both the cases, the initial component that we have taken is one, which then we, after heating, is giving further simpler products in both the cases, and also the first example also. So all these three examples goes under the one reaction type, that is decomposition reaction. What is that need to be noted is that the energy that is being given to this is in the form of heat energy. So this kind of reaction, where this kind of decomposition reaction, where heat energy is being used for the decomposition of the initial compound, this kind of decomposition reaction are termed as thermal decomposition reaction. Now let's look at the next two examples. The fourth example is nothing but electrolytic decomposition of water. Now, water, when subject to electrolytic decomposition, it decomposes into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Hydrogen and oxygen that we get as a product is in the ratio of 2:1. That is, the amount of hydrogen that we are getting is twice the amount of oxygen we are getting in the electrons. Now, if you observe, the energy that we are used for this particular reaction in this particular reaction is in the form of electricity. That's why this kind of decomposition reaction is termed as electrolytic decomposition reaction. Now let's look at the fifth example. In the fifth example, we have taken silver chloride, which is white powder in nature. When we subject silver chloride to sunlight, it decomposes to give silver, which is grey in color, and chlorine gas. Now this similar reaction can also be observed for silver bromide, which is why in past days for black and white photography, silver bromide was used. Now for these two reactions, the amount of energy that is being provided for the reaction is in the form of sunlight. That's why this kind of reaction is known as photolytic decomposition reaction. These are the few examples of different types of decomposition reaction. Now, one thing is very common for all the decomposition reaction is that energy you need to provide. The medium of the reaction absorbs the energy. That's why most of the decomposition reaction, if not all of them, are endothermic type of reaction. That is, after the reaction, the medium of the temperature of the reaction medium decreases. That's why decomposition reaction can be an example of endothermic reactions. The next example that we are going to study is a very good example of endothermic reaction. The example, in this example, we have taken barium hydroxide and we have mixed that barium hydroxide with ammonium chloride. These two reacts to produce barium chloride, ammonia and water, and some amount of heat is absorbed in this reaction. So as the amount of heat is absorbed in this reaction, this is an example of endothermic reaction by definition. Now what happened after the reaction, as amount of heat is absorbed from the medium, the temperature of the reaction medium decreases below 40 degrees Celsius and the moisture in the atmosphere surrounding the reaction medium starts to freeze. That's why this is a very good example very good practical example for endothermic reaction.